Good evening, people. How are you tonight? Are you doing okay? All over the country has strange weather, and we're like troopers to get past all those terrible events with the weather. How much farther to go? I have this scarf here. Is that good? Soft. It's so soft. I like soft linen. And the reason why I mention this to you is that this here in winter, this kind of material helps keep me warm. And I received this Christmas gift from my brother. His name is John. And I haven't spoke to him in 2 years because we just didn't miss. But he gave me this beautiful, it's a very large scarf. That will help keep me warm. And with John's love on this blanket, it comforts me. So I'm going to just put this off to the side. You can see. And that's my blanket, scarf, but blanket. We've talked a little about what's going on with the what do you would call them? They call them drones. All right, I want to talk to you about that. I would like to read an excerpt from my book. Right here. Karen, Spiritual Journey. Published 2024. It's a good read. Doesn't take you long. Buy the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Book goes about $20. Well, I'm telling a story about my life and what all the things I've done. So this chapter is the spiritual episodes. And I'd like to share that with you. And this is someone explains and talks about the drones / UFOs. Be not afraid, please. I'm going to tell you why. It is about time to get a little crazy as my life yet takes a whole new turn and put on a whole new adventure of weirdness and disturbances. I need you to broaden your vision, your mind, and listen to my experiences carefully, as it could take place in your lives as well, and when these do take place in our own life. I want you to be ready for it. I knew I wasn't, and I don't want you to experience anything the same way as I did. I was not prepared, and I did not know what to do, wherever to go, and how to talk about them. But here goes nothing. And that's the start of my book of spiritual episodes. Please read it. It'll help prepare you for the future. And maybe one day there's a scholar out there prepared to write a book on this, on supernatural, spiritual events. Thank you. I said that piece because I talk about weird things, out of extraordinary events. That book is more of a kind of life I lived with the spiritual world. Do not be afraid. Please do not be afraid of those drones. Just letting you know they're there. How do I know this? I've been interacting with them all of my life. I've been interacting with God since the age of 5 and giving me messages so that they could tell me things so I could be not as afraid of our environment. So I learned that God, yes, God was strict with me, but He got me to be where I am today. I work with spiritually with God and Jesus since 1999, and it all started when I was age 5. That was my first events. And I would go to heaven, sit on God's lap, and sit. It sounds weird. I'm turning God into a human being, which He is not. He's a spiritual success story. He led me. So then I led the people. And I would speak. I wasn't very nice, but I did speak with the people. I worked very hard. I want to give you an example. They used to do speeding zones. And one day I got pulled over near a school. And I said to the officer, "Officer, I thank you for giving me the speed limit." So he gave me a ticket. And I said to him, "Thank you for giving me this ticket. Because from now on, I'm going to stay within the speed limits so that near school, I don't hit a student and I could control my car better and taking the risk of an accident." That changed everything, people. They learned how to become goodness amongst one another, just like God wanted it done. So I've been dealing with God in the spiritual world for 30 years, maybe longer. And it was difficult because I had no one to talk to what was going on. But I got through it. I paved the way for the people today to get to a nice, relaxed state of being. At the age of 5, I started interacting with God. A few years later, I a few years later, everybody started being nice to each other, teaching one another. There's many times I spoke in the heavens, and many times I talked to people in this dimension. Those UFOs aren't there to hurt you. They're there to show you that we're going to be learning a lot about our lives in regards to our solar system. I know what's going on a lot. I don't think the government wants me to share this with you, but I need to. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. I started at 5 years old, communicating with everyone and anyone who chose to speak with me. And they taught me that if I didn't do what I did at that time, there would have been a serious problems here in our country and Earth. So I passed on God's wishes, ideas, and thoughts, as well as Jesus' thoughts. They both shaped me into the person I am today, is what I meant, what I had said. I was scared. Getting these messages. So I lived with these messages, and as time went by, it made more and more sense because I was scared. But as I see things change after I have a moment of time with Jesus and God in prayer. So I actually, several times, believe it or not, I saved our country. And our country was a leader in the spiritual world. So I learned most recently, talking with the dimensions, the fourth dimension, and I was very happy when I learned it was all true. I was scared every day of my life. God would give me items to do to activate my persona, and Be not afraid again, people. I'm here with you. I'm not going to hurt you. But they want me to tell you that if we almost had the New World Order. I started a conversation with them, I'd say, 15 years ago. They're going to have New World Order. You know what? They did. New World Order. And if you remember, they were scaring us and saying, roads will be blocked off. We'll have to stay at our home. We can't go out. We have to not be very active. Just being ourselves without fighting amongst each other created havoc. So I did that, people. I've been talking and taking away God's anger towards us. I'll talk again about the abortion situation, and I will get it stopped. I will get it stopped through my people. Anybody who stops anyone from having an abortion will be punished. Who stops a pregnancy and not treat the person when they're in severe pain. They will be disciplined. Not the doctor. Just the people who are treating us terribly. So moving on, 1999, we started taking away bad entities, shaping up the universe, making it a better place for them to give us love. You know, God punished us when we never knew what we did wrong. I came into the picture and said, talk through all that he says to me. And it stopped. Now God knows how to treat us. He gives positive feedback for goodness and for sharing our love. I am here with you. And I do speak to the phones, and they want to speak with me. So they're kind of revving things up to get me motivated. I did contact President-elect Trump. So he and I needs to connect with his team, be on the advisory board, so I could interact with them face to face to tell them how to direct our future in the way that us Americans and Earth can live together in the physical world and the spiritual world. It sounds weird, sounds scary, but when the time comes, we didn't have a new world order. I stopped it. I don't believe there is a new world order because you all changed, became better people. God would punish you. He was ready to take us off this planet and give up with us. But I came in and then we got things together. We got things working together. We got people showing love, loving each other. It's a positive energy here in the United States, our homeland, the America. Pay attention. Don't be scared. Listen to us when we tell you to do. If there's ever physical war, if the drones come and do harm to us, just go in your homes, have a few days worth of food so you can cook, and you need to stay in your room. It's not our fight. It's not our war. Let them do it. And it's actually, from my understanding, it's the entities that are living in the center of the earth and on the land. So just stay in your homes. You'll be safe. If you want something to eat or drink, just order it like you do now, and they'll deliver it. Okay? It's their fight. People in the middle of Earth and the ones outside in the dream world, which is the solar system. People in our lives, physical and spiritual. We've come a long way. Keep going, and I'm going to be right here to cheer you on, to keep you calm, cool, and collected. I stopped the New World Order. They listened to me. I did. I knew what was best for us, and I did it. And they would get mad at me God would get mad at me for saying the things he didn't want me to say and things that are supposed to be secret. But I told the people of our country and all others, and they listened. I have the bad and the good, and I can able to interact both. And then we can follow that path to peace and love for us all. Thank you.